Hello everybody, my name is Gorgachon. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Mionix Castor mouse. It is a $70 ergonomic mouse that can be purchased on Amazon. This is the mouse right here, and next to it is my daily driver, which is the Zowie EC2A mouse. The reason why I'm doing this comparison is because I'm an avid Counter-Strike player, so I'm looking for what I would call like the perfect mouse. Obviously no mouse is perfect. Every one of them has their own flaws, but every mouse has their own positives. So when I played Counter-Strike 1.6 a couple years ago, I picked up the Microsoft IntelliMouse 3.0. This was my favorite mouse up until recently when I picked up the Zowie EC2A. Here is the Microsoft IntelliMouse 3.0. It is also an ergonomic mouse. And I'm going to talk about what I liked about this mouse and a few things I didn't like about the mouse, and then try and give a final thoughts about it. So the things I liked the most obviously was the sensor of the mouse, which is either it's a major decision factor in whether you get the mouse or not, in my opinion. It has an Avago ADNS 3310 sensor. Based off of what I found from people posting on GeekHack, was that the mouse has no positive acceleration, no negative acceleration, and has no prediction, which means that the mouse should be completely accurate in resulting in pretty accurate aim, like when you're playing FPS games. The next thing that I liked was the side buttons, the mouse button 4 and the mouse button 5. They have a nice tactile feel to it, and I like the size and shape of them. They're not too big and they're not too small, and they seem to be in kind of the right spot, in my opinion. Right below it here is the rubberized thumb grip. You don't see this too often in many mice, and I haven't had much experience from it, but I had pretty much no complaints with this grip. It actually was very comfortable. On the right hand side here, you can see this kind of groove right here, so that way your this finger here kind of sits on it pretty nice, so it gives a nice feel to it. I don't think that this mouse is perfect for a palm grip, which I like to do. I feel like if you do like a palm claw hybrid grip, it kind of works better that way, so that's kind of a negative, if you will. Another positive thing I liked about the mouse was the braided cable. The cable isn't too thick and it doesn't weigh too much, and it actually seems to kind of bend and fold into the ways that you need it to, like when you use the mouse. So I don't normally like braided cable, so it's a nice thing to experience when this cable doesn't actually get in the way or get stuck somewhere. The mouse is pretty light. It's about 94 grams without the cable, so anything under 100 grams is considered pretty lightweight, and that's what I'm looking for. If you prefer heavier mice, then this mouse wouldn't be a good option for you, in my opinion, because there's no weight customization options. Like some mice, like the Corsair M65, has like these things that you can put in for increasing the weight of the mouse. The last thing I liked about the Mionix mouse was in the software. You can change the liftoff distance, and I'll show you here. Normally you want to keep the liftoff distance as low as possible, as long as the sensor doesn't have any problems with the liftoff distance, but I do like that you can change it in the software. While I'm in the software, there is a couple of things I don't like, and the first thing I'll talk about here is the pointer speed. So it ranges from 1 to 10, and based off of what I found, 5 feels to be kind of like a 1-to-1 ratio of like the pointer speed. I thought that this changes the pointer speed option in Windows, so I was using it at 6 out of 10, but it felt like the mouse had a little bit of acceleration to it. So I found that setting it back to 5 made it felt normal, and anything less than 5 would probably feel too slow. So I'm not sure if Mionix should remove this or add an option to disable it, but it was something that kind of annoyed me slightly in the software. The next thing that I didn't really like was the scroll speed option. This changes the Windows scroll speed option as well, because my current scroll speed in Windows is set to 9 lines per scroll. The max here is 6. It doesn't really make any sense to me why it would change the Windows setting or why this setting is even in the software. So my suggestion would be to either remove it or perhaps give an option to disable it, or an alternative to that is to not keep the maximum at 6. Maybe whatever the maximum can be set to Windows, or like a number box you can change it. Aside from that, it's kind of awkward that the Mionix Castor mouse software is different from like the Mionix Naos software. My other suggestion for the software would be to integrate the software all into one. So you download the Mionix software, and if you have a Castor and a Naos, then you don't have to switch back and forth between both software. So my final thoughts for this mouse is it's not a bad price for $70, although I wouldn't replace my Zowie EC2A at the moment since it still works. If this mouse stopped working, then my next choice would definitely be the Mionix Castor. If you can get it for about $50 or less without having to wait too long from like a mass drop deal, I would say pick up the mouse if you're looking for a good ergonomic mouse. So Mionix could make a few improvements to the software to maybe enhance the experience to the mouse. Other than that, I don't think there is really that many negatives to this mouse at all. I just I can't see myself replacing the Zowie EC2A at the moment. I like the shape of this more because this mouse seems to fit a lot better for the full palm grip that I like to do. So that's my review of the Mionix Castor mouse. Thank you for watching and have a good day.